as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Allen now looks to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down. And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. At least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Allen running the option to the left. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, it's Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
18 yards. That's another.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
But now an audible here into something else. Hill is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Third and goal, Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens 7, Bills 0. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now.
It's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Here's Allen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield, here's Allen. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Hey, officer, run! Run! Run in! 13. Yeah. What is it? Report!
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And this is caught. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman, 48 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. And sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern a little bit. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. David Ojabo. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. First down, here's Mitchell. An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Now Jackson going to shift him around. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Down the left sideline. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. They'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Here's Allen to throw it. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Allen now on third and goal. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir from 10 yards out. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
They're on 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop them right at the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 4.
Now Lamar changing the look.
180. Nice shot. 13. Go.
Jackson now. He'll find Bateman once more. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. On the RPO, there's Flowers, he's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bills 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination. As Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked up by Jair Alexander. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Jackson. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Hey, middle. Yeah. We change it. What?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go.
Now Jackson. Up to the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. But it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Gain of 15 yards.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal.
6-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 65 yards. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That's caught at the 2. And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Lamar changing the play. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half.
38, Bills 13. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Onward. Hey, Ozzy, shut up. Ready? You. Middle. Tight.
Now it's Jackson. Finding Walker complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And the route is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, it's such a high-stakes scenario. Everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
On the draw, here's Mitchell. Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And Walker has it. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have got it on cruise control. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
That is complete downfield to Knox. Look at the big man rumble. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. And big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
First and goal, Buffalo.
Regular. 5 boy.
Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a
They'll look to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about.
Will Lutz set to
After
kick
the
off.
touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ozzie, sit up.
Jackson. And that's complete to Mitchell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Sit up. 180. Hey, middle. Sit up.
Here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That one into the hands of Flowers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Sit up.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. His carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
180.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
180. 180. Report. No, you.
To throw is Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens just continue to roll. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
As his man, it's Shakir. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Second and 12 at the 47-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing in cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
44-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
13.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
180. Get hot. 13. Sit hot. You change it.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. On play action, Allen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
And again, it's Allen. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That is smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing quietly is told that you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Allen, got to have this one. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9.
Report! You! Tonight!
Jackson now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace where the other offense are going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on. Maybe the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's 3rd and 7. Allen going to throw. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. One final try here for Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Running left, here's Mitchell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got him on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we